Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
Well, what questions are you investigating today?
Right now, I'm working on the end of my presentation. Like, I put it all together already, but now I'm working on,
What's your new question then that you'll explore for the next week or so?
right now, I'm just doing why is it good, because there are things that can work out for you if you actually do it. But
You're talking about the effects of marijuana.
yeah, but
Because there's medical uses of marijuana.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
And what have you learned about, what are some of the big things that it can help you with?
At the same time, it's bad still, but it can help you with, like, stress. Like, you can be really, really mad, and then once you do it, you can just forget all about that. It gives you a feeling where you can get, like, smacked in the face, and you won't really feel it. It just, everything that's going on that's bad in your body just leaves.
How would that be a helpful thing if you're a patient in pain?
I think it would be like, it'd be good for you because some people, they can't control their anger, so you would be able to do that, but at the same time, it's really, really, really bad for you. Like, really bad.
So if you were a doctor, if you were a physician,
Yeah.
what kind of patient would you prescribe medical marijuana to take?
Maybe people with, like, anger issues or something, or people that, like, cannot control themselves.
Disappointing news yesterday. The research I had been doing on migraines turned out to be outdated. They had come up with a theory that was now the new standard, sadly. It still includes some of the same stuff, but it's different. When I was talking to you before, I said it's because the artery expands and then it presses the nerves around it and causes them to release chemicals that cause pain. But I couldn't figure out why it expands. But now here's where I've gotten something new. Apparently there are pain-sensing cells in your brainstem called nociceptors, and they pick up a change in your routine, which might be dehydration for me. And then they release a chemical called neuropeptides. And this chemical, it attacks the pain-sensing cells nearby, making them more sensitive to pain, and they release neuropeptides. And these chemicals begin to work on the muscles surrounding the blood vessels, like your arteries near the surface of your brain, the temporal arteries. And then the muscles relax because of that, making the blood vessels, commonly the temporal artery for me, they'll dilate, which is go, and then that causes more blood to flow through them, and then some of the neuropeptide chemicals actually can cause the skull vessels, like the ones that allow the nerves to come in, it can cause them to begin leaking, which can make the tissue around the area swell. So it's a lot more complicated than I originally thought. Like, it literally took, this is basically, look how much that is here, that highlighted bit.
So now you're looking at migraines.
Migraines, and I'm catching Chris up on neurons.
So you guys are still a team?
Yes.
Right? Okay. Good. Thanks. It sounds great.
So, what else do platelets do? When you're done with platelets, like do this, like insert a drawing and then draw a platelet.
You can't really insert a drawing.
Yeah.
But not on this, but you can.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
Like,
No,
that's how
on
it is.
this.
No, not on that, but on this. Do that on this. Do a platelet. I'm gonna do white blood cells for now.
Well, they have like spikes and stuff.
No, I'm gonna do all the different ones because there's a bunch of them. Like look. There's I don't know.
Well, different types.
Yeah, there's different types, and I'm gonna do all those different types. Okay.
Kristen, let me interrupt you for a minute. What are the questions you're exploring, and how have they changed since last week? That's what's on my mind.
Well, they haven't really changed. We have them on here.
Just tell me in your own words. Where have you been, and what are you talking about now? How is it
Now?
progressing? Curran, you're welcome to respond too.
Okay. So what?
Because presumably at the beginning you have basic questions about blood, right?
Yeah.
And then you answer those questions, and you go on to and ask a new set of questions. So fill me in how you're doing.
Well, we've gotten pretty far. We're now on parts of blood cells, like, because there's generally 3.
Yeah.
I've completed, not detailedly, but just basically, the parts of a red blood cell, like hemoglobin, globin. I keep on saying goblin.
Stuff that makes it
It's globin, hemoglobin, and I've learned that it's an iron-rich protein. It's a protein, and that's what carries all the oxygen. It makes oxygen. Like I read somewhere that O2 is oxygen, right?
Yes.
But then the hemoglobin, but it adds one more, so it's O3.
Interesting, huh?
So yeah, hemoglobin is the thing that brings all of the oxygen together, and then it releases it into the body.
Good.
Right
Curran, what are you working on?
Right now, I'm just working on. So I know what makes red blood cells red. It's hemoglobin, and then I'm working on about platelets and what makes platelets like sort of white and like because it's mostly like a neutral, about half and half of white and red, because that's what Bill and we learned that in Bill.
So you're exploring platelets right now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good for you. How are you documenting your learning? Looks like, is that Prezi?
Yeah. I'll show you.
So you're getting pretty comfortable with this now, huh?
Yeah.
That's cool. Good. Well done.
Oh, that's gross. Oh, okay. Look at that pulmonary disease on the lung right there.
Oh, wow.
That's disturbing.
On the animation, it doesn't look that bad, but it's much worse. Okay, so your bronchial.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Because what's so interesting about what you're doing here that I've never seen before as a teacher is you have 3 computers. So can you explain to me how you're using them differently or similarly, and especially is that an iPad?
Yeah, it's an
So how are you organizing it?
So me and Joseph are kind of looking up, like, one is on the guiding questions, and right here is so we can kind of take down, put down our data and work with them.
So this is the one in the centers where you're compiling your learning.
Yeah.
And here you're doing the research.
Yeah.
Marilla, what is the question you're exploring now?
Ebola, like what it's made, like how was it created and stuff.
Are there questions you're asking now and exploring different than the questions you started with?
Yeah.
Can you tell me how? Are they more detailed or are they different? How have they
They're a lot
changed?
more detailed and in depth. Like the answers are more in depth.
Yeah. And how are you documenting all your learning?
We're putting it in a Google Doc, and then we're gonna put it on our presentation.
You have a partner?
Yeah, Jade.
Oh, Jade is. Okay. But she's over there, you're here. So are you working on different questions? How are you organizing yourself?
We're working on different questions.
It's good practice for the exhibition doing the same thing. Well done.
Where's the search? April? Where's the search?
Hi.
You mean for an image?
Would you like me to talk about my project?
What's the question you're working on right now?
The causes of lung cancer. And I'm in my project, and well, right now I'm in part of what causes lung cancer, the part where how smoking affects lung cancer, and then that's like just like a third of it. So yeah.
How have the questions you started with changed? Are you more detailed now, or asking different questions? How has it changed?
I'm more detailed than I was. Wait, give me a second. Here you go. Would you like to hear my guiding questions?
Sure, yeah.
So I finished my first guiding question last week. It was, what is lung cancer, the most basic one. And then this week is the causes of lung cancer, which
that's not the name of the guiding question. The name of the guiding question is the genesis of lung cancer, like what starts it, what causes it, blah, blah, blah. The third one is how is lung cancer treated? And then the fourth one is how can lung cancer be prevented?
That's cool. Are you sharing this with Mom?
Yes.
She has a hand.
The last issue of the lungs and the gases.
I mean, I'm not sure if we should add this picture. So good. We should probably use this size.